Toots and the Maytals, originally called the Maytals, are a Jamaican musical group and one of the best-known ska and rock-steady vocal groups. According to Allmusic, the Maytals were key figures in reggae music. Formed in the early 1960s when ska was hot, the Maytals had a reputation for having strong, well-blended voices. Frontman Hibbert's soulful style led him to be compared to Otis Redding. Career: Frederick Toots Hibbert, the frontman of the group, was born in Maypen, Clarendon, Jamaica, in 1942, the youngest of 7 children. He grew up singing gospel music in a church choir, and moved to Kingston in the early 1960s. In Kingston, Hibbert met Henry Raleigh Gordon and Nathaniel Jerry Mathias, forming in 1961 a group whose early recordings were incorrectly attributed to the Flames and the Vikings in the UK by Island Records. The Maytals first had chart success recording for producer Clement Coxon Dodd at Studio One. With musical backing from Dodd's house band, the Skatalites, the Maytals' close harmony gospel singing ensured success, overshadowing Dodd's other up-and-coming vocal group, the Wailers. After staying at Studio One for about 2 years, the group moved on to do sessions for Prince Buster before recording with Byron Lee in 1966. With Lee, the Maytals won the first ever Jamaican Independence Festival popular song competition with their original song Bam Bam. However, the group's musical career was interrupted in late 1966 when Hibbert was jailed for 18 months for drug possession. He stated that he was not arrested for ganja, but while bailing a friend. He also stated that he made up the number 54-46 when writing 54-46 "That's my number" about his time in jail. Following Hibbert's release from jail towards the end of 1967, the Maytals began working with the Chinese-Jamaican producer Leslie Kong, a collaboration which yielded a string of hits throughout the late 1960s and early 1970s. These included Do the Reggae, one of several songs released in 1968 to first use the word reggae in a Jamaican recording. Pressure Drop. 54-46 That's My Number, the 1969 Jamaica Festival's popular song winner. Sweet and Dandy. And Monkey Man, the group's first international hit in 1970. By 1971, they had not only become the biggest act on the island, they were also international stars. In 1972 they won their third Jamaica Festival popular song with Pomps and Pride. The group was also featured twice in the soundtrack to The Harder They Come, the 1972 film starring Jimmy Cliff, named as one of Vanity Fair's top 10 soundtracks of all time. After Kong's death in 1971, the group continued to record with Kong's former sound engineer, Warwick Lynn. Their reinstated producer Byron Lee renamed them Toots and the Maytals. The group released 3 best-selling albums produced by Lynn and Blackwell of Island Records, and enjoyed international hits with Funky Kingston in 1973 and Reggae Got Soul in 1975. Following the release of Reggae Got Soul, Toots and the Maytals were invited to tour as the opening act for The Who during their 1975-76 North American tour. The tour went poorly and Toots and the Maytals never went on to the success of Bob Marley or Peter Tosh in the U.S. Toots and the Maytals compositions would be given a second airing in 1978-80 during the reggae punk and ska revival period in the UK, when the Specials covered Monkey Man on their 1979 debut album and The Clash put out their recording of Pressure Drop. They were also included in the lyrics to Bob Marley and the Wailers song, Punky Reggae Party. The Wailers will be there, The Damned, The Jam, The Clash, The Maytals will be there, Dr. Feelgood too. On September 29, 1980, the band decided to make the Guinness Book of World Records by recording, pressing and distributing a new album to the record shops all in the same day. A live concert was recorded on reels of 2-inch, 24-track analog tape, then rushed by van to sound engineers. After a running order was determined, the record label was quickly designed and sent to the printers. The album masters, labels and the outer covers were then separately sped to the Jedmall factory near Leicester, and the finished product was assembled and delivered to Coventry, where the band was playing the next day, successfully meeting the 24-hour deadline. Unfortunately, said Island Records' Rob Bell, the record was not included in the Guinness Book, because they required prior notification that the event was going to take place, and no one at Island had informed them of the project. In 1982, Toots and the Maytals' Beautiful Woman reached #1 in New Zealand, but the group had already broken up. They reformed in the early 1990s to continue touring and recording successfully. In 2004, the group released True Love, an album consisting of re-recorded versions of their earlier hits, alongside Bonnie Raitt, Willie Nelson, Eric Clapton, Keith Richards, Trey Anastasio, No Doubt, Ben Harper, The Roots, and Shaggy. The album won the Grammy Award that year for Best Reggae Album. In 2006, they recorded a reggae ska version of Radiohead's Let Down for the tribute album, Radioed Read, by the Easy Star All-Stars. The album was a song-for-song makeover of the English rock band's album OK Computer into reggae, dub and ska. In August 2007, Toots and the Maytals released Light Your Light, which featured reworkings of older songs such as Johnny Cool Man, as well as new material. The album was nominated in 2008 for a Grammy in the Best Reggae Album category. Toots and the Maytals hold the current record of #1 hits in Jamaica, with a total of 31. In March 2009 it was announced that Toots and the Maytals would be performing alongside Amy Winehouse, for their shared record label Island Records' 50th anniversary. Winehouse had covered the band's Monkey Man, and the act was supposed to support her at the Shepherd's Bush Empire in London on May 31, 2009. However, Winehouse was forced to cancel, leaving the Maytals to play at the more intimate Bush Hall, round the corner from the Empire, to a sellout crowd. The 2012 live album Unplugged on Strawberry Hill gained Hibbert his 5th Grammy nomination. On May 2013, Hibbert was struck in the head with a 1.75-liter vodka bottle while performing on stage at a Richmond, Virginia, festival. His injuries resulted in a concussion and treatment required 6 staples in his head. After the injury, the singer cancelled all subsequent performances, citing fear of his audience and no longer feeling safe performing. Discography Studio albums Never Grow Old, The Sensational Maytals, Sweet and Dandy, From the Roots, Monkey Man, Greatest Hits, Slattery Stoot, Funky Kingston, Roots Reggae, In the Dark, Reggae Got Soul, Toots Presents the Maytals, Pass the Pipe, Just Like That, Knockout. Toots in Memphis, Toots solo album, Recoup, Scar Father, World is Turning, True Love, Light Your Light, Flip and Twist, Pressure Drop, The Golden Tracks. Selected live albums Live at Reggae Sunsplash, an hour live straight from the yard dedicated to Robert Nesta Marley, Live in London, Unplugged on Strawberry Hill. Selected compilation albums The Original Golden Oldies Volume 3, Prince Buster Productions, Life Could Be a Dream, Cox and Dodd Productions, The Best of Toots and the Maytals, Reggae Greats, The Very Best of Toots and the Maytals. Other contributions Goin' Home, a tribute to Fats Domino, performing Domino's Let the Four Winds Blow. See also, List of reggae musicians, List of roots reggae artists, List of ska musicians, List of Caribbean music groups. References. External links, Official Toots Hibbert website, Toots Hibbert MySpace, Comprehensive discography at X-Ray Music, Maytals.net, fan site and lyrics, Toots interview by Diana Fewer, LA Record.